street homeless and subway homeless folks are often the people that are most left out of supportive housing because of the creaming that happens with supportive housing providers.
Cleaning is the process where the housing provider picks who they want, who they deem the easiest to deal with.
And they do this through interviews, right? So you're sitting with people. It could be the program director, a social worker, and maybe another person. So you're usually interviewing with 2 to 3 people and yourself.
It sort of puts undue pressure on someone to prove that they really need it, especially when they have a host of other problems going on as is.
There's power dynamics there, and they're literally asking you questions to share the most like intimate and personal details of your life.
And all of that gets discriminated against. All of that is saying you have to come with your best self. You have to play into these respectability politics. And then I, as a service provider, I'm the person providing the supportive housing, get to cherry pick the best ones because we have to go after the success stories.
So actually, the most vulnerable people are being completely left out of this process when they have already been deemed that they are eligible for this type of supportive housing.
It keeps the extreme cases, those who are probably at the most needy of it, takes them out of the running.
There's still this attitude, unfortunately, in the city's homeless services that people must fulfill some kind of housing worthiness criteria, and it's very hard to get past that mentality, and it's very entrenched here in the city.
The funding is tied to the success stories, not to the fact that we're dealing with human beings, the complexities of what that is.
If a client has a documented mental health struggle that they identify with, then that should be enough. And we shouldn't be proving why people need access to housing or determining who deserves this housing.
But I would certainly provide much greater oversight and supervision and enforcement of rules and authorities that persons cannot be denied housing, really on any basis that I can think of.
And there shouldn't even be interviews because you're already eligible.